Hey everybody, this is my review of Spider-Man No Way Home. I just watched the movie and I'm here to give you my quick thoughts on it. A little disclaimer first though, I'm pretty sure I'm legally forbidden from disclosing how and where exactly I got to see the movie early just due to the circumstances surrounding it. But I'm not legally forbidden from sharing with you my thoughts on it because the review embargo lifts today, yay. Also, no spoilers here. I'm going to be avoiding directly mentioning anything that could hint at the movie's biggest plot points and surprises. Not that there are many surprises left that haven't leaked, but yeah, I'm keeping quiet about them. Also, I apologize for the potato quality of my microphone. I don't do this for a living. I just wanted to get my opinion out there. So, Spider-Man No Way Home takes place immediately after Far From Home, and this is my first disappointment. Just to preface this, I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, not because I think the actor is doing a poor job, because he's not. He's great at the role. It's the scripts I have a problem with. I haven't enjoyed Homecoming or Far From Home. Far From Home left off on an interesting note, everyone knowing Peter's identity. And that opens the door to some amazing possibilities. Your mind starts to go to all these crazy places. And this movie doesn't capitalize on basically any of them because this movie isn't about Peter's identity being outed. That's my biggest problem of the film. See, yeah, all this crazy stuff that people are speculating about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being in the movie and Daredevil showing up and the Care Bears showing up and Optimus Prime showing up. Whichever of those are true or not, that's all people are focusing on. But nobody is talking about the plot of the movie. And I'm here telling you that the plot of the movie is Spider-Man going around trying to catch these villains that are wreaking havoc or whatever. That's not an interesting plot. With Endgame, yeah, it relied on appealing to fans, on fan service, but it also had a fun, entertaining plot behind it. I just don't think this movie does. Because if you remove all the fan service from this film, what you're left with is a very bare bones Spider Man movie that's kind of not even about Spider Man in a way. I mean, it kind of is. The focus here definitely isn't on Peter. He's the point of view character, but he's not the main focus of this story at all. What I was saying before about wasted potential. For example, when I saw Far From Home, and I saw that Peter's identity was outed, my mind started going to, okay, so maybe, first of all, Daredevil, Matt Murdock, can come in and he can be his lawyer. And then Craven the Hunter can show up and he tries to hunt Spider Man. But then while all this legal trouble is going on, then maybe the Chameleon can come in and he can start posing as Spider Man, pulling off bank robberies. So the plot keeps kicking Peter while he's down. That's the best part about the character of Spider Man is that Peter Parker has the worst of luck. That's what's so appealing about him. That, to me, would have been a much more interesting movie than what we got. Because what we got is an empty shell of a movie with fan service in it. It's kind of a mess, honestly. But that's the problem with this movie is that it doesn't have longevity like some of the previous Spider-Man films have, and with characters that have character arcs. Some things happen with characters in this movie that are sad or just evoke emotions in general. But at the end of the day, it's largely just your typical Marvel movie that's kind of inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. It's quick to throw out witty banter and quips when it gets too dark or it doesn't have anything particularly interesting to say. It's all there to try and hide the fact that this movie's plot is weak. There are some amazing character moments here, and the dialogue is well written, it's well performed by all the actors. There are no stinkers here in terms of performances. There just aren't. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a bigger problem that this movie as a whole is kind of meaningless and I would say worthless other than the fan service it provides. But then again, you could get that fan service on DeviantArt. Also, the action, it just feels like watching a let's play of a video game at this point. Like, I know Marvel movies are known for this, but it's getting ridiculous. There are no innovative action scenes in this movie. It's just, or I shouldn't say that. There are innovative action scenes in here, but they're all kind of boring to watch because I know all I'm seeing is rendered polygons. None of it's really there. And that really does devalue the frankly amazing choreography that's going on here. It's just meaningless because I feel like I'm watching a cartoon. So at the end of the day, My thoughts on this movie are that it has some great set pieces, some funny lines, great character moments, pretty damn good cinematography, great performances by the actors, but it barely means anything because it all feels soulless. It feels like a modern Hollywood blockbuster that's been shut out by the industry without anybody's heart and soul going into it. Ultimately, I just wish we'd gotten a more traditional Spider-Man movie, but one that takes advantage of the unique predicament Peter found himself in at the end of the last movie. Something that would have surprised me, something that would have brought in twists and turns, and something that just would have had more meaning behind it, rather than, hey, look at this cool thing we got in. This isn't a bad movie, far from it. It's technically well made. It just feels like, in an effort to light the internet ablaze and make all the fans go crazy, Sony forgot to make a good Spider-Man movie here. But that's just one person's opinion on the internet. Share yours in the comments. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.